Good day, my name is Kareem and I'll be showing you how to apply VPN solutions. First, you will need to install a new role on your Windows Server 2008. Go on Server Manager. Alright, and go on Roles, and go on Add Roles. Click Next. And the service you want to install is the Network Policy and Access Services, which has to do with the routing and remote access. The options you want to tick are the Network Policy Server, which allows you to create and enforce organization-wide network access policies for clients. And the other one is the Routing and Remote Access Services, which provides remote users to resources on the private network over the virtual private network, which is the VPN. And the remote access service and the routing are ticked by default. The router which provides the NAT type and LAN routers, and the remote access service which enables remote offices or mobile workers. So the next thing you want to do is click Next and Install. Okay, it's almost finished. Okay. The next thing you now want to do is to go on the service to configure it, which is the router and remote access. And as you can see, it is currently down because it's red, because it's not configured yet. So to begin configuring the server, you want to configure and enable router and access. And go through the wizard, and by default, you need 2 network cards to do this. So when you go ahead and click VPN and click Next, but I do not have 2 network cards, so I'll be doing the option with 1. So I will go on custom configuration for those who don't have 2 network cards like me, and select the VPN access and click Next and click Finished. And it will tell you that it has created a default connection request policy named Microsoft Routing and Remote Access Service Policy. So it should start the service now, and it will initialize. Take a few minutes. Okay, and finish. As you can see, it is no longer red, it's green. Okay, so next what you will have to do is to change some of the port settings. So what you want to do is to right click on the ports and click properties. The 2 changes you'll be making in the ports are with these 2. You want to lower the number. Okay. So we go configure the first one, and what you want to do is to change the maximum ports to 25, and you will get a warning telling you that you're reducing the number of ports, but for this tutorial we'll continue. And you'll do the same as the second one, and the first one, and you'll get the same warning, and click OK. Now you'll have to create some new policies. So what you want to do is to go on Administrative Tools and select Network Policy Server. Okay, inside the Network Policy Server, you click on Policies, and you go on the Network Policies, and you click Configure Network Policies. And here you can see the two policies that are created. What you want to do is to go on network policies and click new, and you want to name it. I'll name mine VPN policy. And for the type of network access server, you'll want to select the VPN. Click next. Okay, from here, now you'll want to add the conditions. What you're looking for is the tunnel type. And the two you want to add is the layer 2, the L2TP, and the point-to-point, which is the PPTP. After you selected these two, click OK and next. And from here it shows you the access permissions, but you'll simply click next. You will need to untick the user can change password after expire and the Microsoft encrypted authentication, and the user can change password after it expires, leaving only the first one ticked. And then select next. And the next thing you want to do is to edit the day and time restrictions. What this does, it allows the users to only use the service according to the time and day you set. So they will not be able to access the VPN on days that is not permitted. So if I do not want the users to have access to the VPN on a Sunday, I will highlight the whole of Sunday and click denied. So the VPN service will not be available on Sunday. And you could go ahead and select whoever you want. So you could disable the VPN services during the midnight, or you could disable the VPN services during the day. You can edit it however you want. When you're finished, click OK and select next. And next, what you want to do is select encryption, and the encryption you want ticked is the MPPE 128-bit. So tick off the basic and strong and the no encryption. When that's finished, click next. And here is a summary of your policy settings. So if you see something that you made a mistake or you want to change, you could just go back and see. When you finish, click next, finish. As you can see, the VPN policy is good to go. Okay, and that's it for configuring the VPN. Now what you have to do is to log on the client and connect to the VPN. Okay, I've logged on with my Vista client, and what you'll want to do is select connect to. And what you want to do is set up a new connection, and you will select the VPN connection, and you will select the use my internet connection, and you will set up the internet connection later. And what you want to enter in is your IP address of your server, and you can go ahead and name it whatever you want. I'll leave it as default and click next. And you'll want to put in the username, and remember the password and create. You can see the connection is ready to use. And what you want to do is to go on network and sharing and click on manage network connections, and you can see the VPN connection has been created there. And right click and click connect. unauthenticated and I have connected to the VPN. And you can see I am connected, and you can see the VPN connected on the port, the one that we customized and edited, the WAN mini port. And now we can head back to the server to see if this port is active. Okay, now once you're backed into the Windows server, we can check to see if the port is active. You click on the router and remote access, and you could scroll through to see if you find the port, or you could click this, and as you can see, the port is active to make sure everything is working correct. The mini port, which back on, and you can see the mini port active, same as the client, the mini port, to make sure everything is working perfectly fine. Alright, and that's it. Thanks for watching my video, and that was VPN Solutions.